Hey guys, welcome to the Bankroll Best Bet Show every Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. You will notice an old face here. We've got Stuart is on holiday, first one in a very long time. He's off with his family and completely switched off. And Bernardo is back. Really happy to have you back here, Bernardo. How's everything going?
Thank you, Natalie, and I'm very happy to cover Stuart today. I was missing you a lot, and everything is good. Everything is good so far. I love to be here always.
Awesome stuff. Listen, the king of the Asian handicap is back, so I can't wait to hear some of your tips here. And then we've got Martin, who is always on holiday. Where are you now, Martin?
I'm in Philadelphia in the United States of America, just representing the Great British Massive, and off to San Diego tomorrow for some sunshine. But never stop working. I'm always writing about sports and tipping and all sorts of nonsense. So you can't get rid of me that easily.
That's good. And of course, one of the hardest working men in the industry, Alex from Need for Tips, and also a new dad. How's it going?
It's going good. We are 1 month on Sunday, 1 month old. So I think that we will celebrate doing a cake and stuff like that. But always we have the weekend for betting, you know. We are preparing for the betting stuff. So maybe I will teach Emma how to bet this weekend. For 1 month old, she has to do it already, you know.
It's a good start.
I can't believe 1 month already. That time flies. Goodness me.
Yeah, imagine it's 1 month because you were 5 weeks after Bianca, so next week you will give birth. So exactly, like it's 1 month plus 1 week.
Oh God. Yeah, this could be my last Best Bet show for a little while. Stuart's going to take over on the presenting. But listen, let's kick off. First of all, actually, Bernardo, you might be really happy with our results. I'm going to bring them up. Statistics. We are doing very well, actually. So we're in we're in week 6.
I saw the other day like Stuart eating Watford. I think versus Southampton was a very good one. I love Mark Silva and I like very much Watford. So even they completely struggle versus Man City, but Man City is off another planet.
There we go.
Well,
24 units of profit we are in. 61 wins, 57 losses.
Whoa.
24 units of profit. Yeah, doing.
And you have a return over investment. Well, 118. Amazing, huh? Amazing, guys.
Yeah.
Very good job, huh?
Not bad at all. So really pleased with that. Let's see, stop sharing. Okay, so we'll kick off. We're going to start off, as always, with the Premier League. First match is West Ham versus Tottenham. Not a bad price for Tottenham on the road, I have to say. I think you can get 1.65. Powered by 888 Sport today. So, Martin, you've got a tip for this match.
Martin, sorry, Martin. I think that you have to put your sound a little bit lower because we have an echo going on.
Okay. Yeah, I am on this one. I think it is a very good price on Tottenham. They've been pretty poor at home this season at Wembley. They can't seem to adapt to their new home, but they have been very, very strong on the road. Beat Newcastle 2-0 and Everton 3-0. I think they're going to have to play well away from home this season if they are to challenge for the title. So 1.65 on them is a good price. I think I'm going to take that. West Ham are a bit of a bogey side for them. There's a fierce local rivalry between these two teams, but West Ham aren't doing particularly well defensively. James Collins is injured, and I think Winston Reid's going to come in, and I think Harry Kane should be more than a match for him. If he can win that personal battle, I think Tottenham should win this. So I'm going to go Tottenham 1.65, and I'll do Tottenham -1 Asian handicap at 2.05 as well. Split it.
Are you sure you didn't watch the Premier League punters yesterday, Martin? That's exactly what I'm going for.
Oh, really?
I'm going
I was out
-1. Why not?
Craft beer yesterday, so I missed that one.
Okay.
You know that great minds think the same, so of course.
Yeah, but they are not conceding many goals. Even win 2-0 could be nice there. Yeah, I don't know. Price should be around 2.7 because it's on the road. They are not conceding many goals, Tottenham, this season. Yeah.
Yeah, and a better road team, aren't they? We thought we were going to shake off that Wembley voodoo that they can't seem to win, but they didn't last weekend. So they have to win this road match. So Tottenham and Tottenham -1. Burnley versus Huddersfield. Very interesting match. Great value for either side. I think it's going to be very close. Huddersfield certainly making a splash, but Burnley are a very tough place to visit and also a strong home team, as we saw last season. Martin, you like this match?
Oh yeah, back to me again. I think this Huddersfield run has to come crashing to a halt sooner or later. They've been very impressive so far. I think they work hard and they're a very fit team, which has enabled them to get some positive results. And they're a bit of a surprise package. But I think teams would have been able to assess them now. And Burnley are very, very strong at home. They had a great record at Turf Moor last season. And it's about time they started picking up wins at home. So I think they'll have looked at the fixture list and identified this as one that they can really win. So I can see them gaining a slender victory here. 2.25 on Burnley looks well worth a try for me.
Yeah, I think it's. Have you got any thoughts on this match, Bernardo? Obviously, both teams drew their respective matches over the weekend. Any thoughts on this match?
Yes, I'm on the same page as Martin here. Burnley also versus Crystal Palace. The price were very similar, and it was very good at the time too. 2.3, something like that. And I believe the same. Huddersfield start very well Premier League, also as Newcastle. But I think that, Burnley at home, even -0.25 Asian handicap, around 189, 190. It's a very good shot. You protect like half of your stake with the draw. And because I can't see a high scoring game. So I believe it's going to be very similar to Crystal Palace game, like 1-0, 2-0. So I like Burnley side here.
Okay. So you're going with the Burnley as well. Next match for the window. Oh, Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. And I believe all of us are on this match. Alex, let's start with you. What are you going for?
Yeah, as I said also in the Premier League punters, you cannot take a lot of value from this match. You either on the winners market, either on the Asian handicap. So you have to play around -2.5 on the Asian handicap to get some value. But Manchester City are a scoring machine, and Crystal Palace have the negative record in the history of the Premier League so far, not scoring a goal in 5 rounds, 0 points, absolutely disaster. So I think that they will be one of the teams to get relegated this season. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Manchester City. I think that they can score on their own. They will start strong from the start of the match. Over 1.5 goals in the first half at 1.95.
Very nice. Yes, certainly a scoring power to behold. Martin, what do you like here?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a bit of a mismatch, really. It's a really tough run of fixtures for Roy Hodgson at the start of his tenure at Crystal Palace. I mean, he's got to play Man City, Man United and Chelsea in his next 3 games. I think they're going to be winless after 8 matches, which is really bad. City have been blowing teams away recently, scored 15, conceded 0 in their last 3 games. They're just on fire at the moment going forwards and looking stronger than they have done for a long time at the back as well. So again, I've got two that I like here. I'm going City win to 0 at 1.85 because Crystal Palace haven't scored a goal all season. And I think they're just going to be on the back foot for the entire game. And also quite like City -2 Asian handicap at 1.74. I can see Man City winning this by 3 clear goals or more.
I almost have the same. I'm doing -2.5. And this was on the show yesterday, so they have not been copying anything. But what are you going for, Bernardo?
Well, of course, I'm on the same page as all of you. Like, I think that they can cover the handicap and also win by 3 goals of difference. It's true, Crystal Palace didn't score yet for Premier League, but I hope they don't score here too, because the trend is too big already of not seeing them score. But it's true that Man City is also better on the back. So I'm on -1 for Man City at halftime, around 1.9. I think that they will end first half winning already. I'm not sure if they're going to win by 2 goals, but -1 at halftime seems a good line for me.
Yeah, okay. So I was just reading a comment here. It says, so Itrat says, I'm so glad to see Bernardo alive. Alive
That's
and
nice.
well.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're really pleased to have him back on. Back on. He's coming in, steward his way
And
on
alive
holiday.
for many years, I hope, of course.
Good. He's alive and well, yes. So anyways, I know I'm going 1-0 as well. I managed to pick that up 1.91. Obviously the odds have dropped on that one. And Man City minus 2.5, but also value there if you just want to play the -2 bet as well. Next we have Southampton versus Manchester United. Manchester United on the road, very good price. I'm just checking. Yesterday they were 1.75. Are they still 1.75? Man United for the win.
Yesterday they were 1.82 on Pinnacle.
That's
Natalie.
right. They were, weren't they? That was 1.75 was 888 Sport. I'm just wondering if they've come down a bit. But anyway, I'm on the Manchester United.
1.77 now is the best I can see.
Coming down, yeah, I thought so. I think a fantastic price for a team that really is challenging for the title. It's a must-win. If they don't win this match, I think it could almost cost them the title, even at this early stage in the season, especially with Man City being so strong. So yeah, Manchester United win for me. Taking that to the bank. Martin, what have you got?
I'm not on this one.
Staying away.
Staying away. Yeah, I think Man United should win it, but I find Southampton a very sort of tricky customer, very inconsistent side. You never quite know what you're going to get. Sometimes they play terribly. Sometimes they're just amazing and really strong defensively. So I tend to leave Southampton alone at the moment.
Okay, and Alex, I think I know what you're going for.
Yeah, absolutely. I said yesterday I played it from Monday because it was 1.85. Sometimes odds like that you have to play them from the start of the week. We said yesterday that the odds will drop for sure till the start of the match. So I think that it cannot go wrong at all. Southampton haven't scored for a long time. I think that I don't know. I said yesterday some stats. I don't have them in front of me, but they struggle all the time playing against Manchester United. And Manchester United, they are another animal this year. So I think that they will continue with the positive run. So 1.7, I don't know, 1.78, 1.79. Yesterday it was 1.82. I said to everyone from yesterday that the odds will drop. So yeah, Manchester United also a banker yesterday for me, but also today.
Yeah, another popular bet for this match is Lukaku to score any time. Looks like Delo Force posted the odds here, 2.75. Bernardo, do you think is that a bet you'd play?
Yes, I think that 2.75 is not bad for Lukaku, of course, the striker.
Lukaku, no. It's Lukaku to score and Manchester United to win is 2.75. Lukaku to score.
All right.
Okay.
Lukaku to score anytime in the game is 2.1.
Yes, 2.1 should be the best odds because usually, like the striker of Man United on the road, the odds should be around even, so it makes sense. I think that the Lukaku, of course, is always the guy that can score a goal now for Man United. But about the price of Man United, I like it. I think that Southampton, but Martin has a lot of reason on what he was saying. Like, it's a very tricky team. For me, for example, I can, for example, versus Watford, they were paying around 1.55, I think 1.6, and for me that is overrated, completely overrated. So bookmakers overrate a bit here Southampton, especially because sometimes they play well, sometimes they don't. And in terms of value, I think that there is some value to play Man United, but it's a very tricky game.
Yeah, it is a tricky game. It's a must-win. Let's hope they do it. A couple of other people are commenting, Bernardo, that you are back. They're saying welcome back, so they're really pleased to see your face. Leicester versus Liverpool. Tricky match, I think, to be honest with you. When we did this on the Premier League rundown, I think the consensus was to stay away from the outright, even though Liverpool lead there 1.92. Is it Alex? Wait, Alex. What do you
yes.
I don't have enough windows.
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm going for the Alex Classic. Both teams to score in the over 2.5 at evens right now. Leicester won in Carabao Cup over Liverpool 2-0. Both teams played with their second squad. I think that Liverpool didn't concentrate at all for that game because they said, "Oh well, we have Premier League, we have Champions League." So I think that the Carabao Cup should be the third one. So this is why they lost, I think. So, but also in the first half, like Flash said yesterday, they could lead easily 3-4-0 at halftime with a lot of missed opportunities from Coutinho. But again, I think that we have a goal fest in this one. Hopefully, Liverpool will not miss so many opportunities, and they will find the back of the net. I'm sure that Leicester will find the back of the net. So I think that it will be a goal fest. Both teams to score in the over 2.5 at evens.
Okay, yeah, and again, I'm sort of echoing you a little bit. I'm just going to play this straight. Both teams to score bet 1.67. I like that bet, but both concede, both score. Let's hope for that goal fest. What else have we got? Okay, moving over now to Ligue 1. And we've got Lille versus Monaco. And Alex, Martin, and myself are on this bet. Martin, what do you like?
1 second, Natalie. We have Bernardo on Newcastle.
There is a game.
Match.
Yeah, there is a game. There is still a game between two smaller teams on Premier League that I like: Brighton versus Newcastle. Here is the opposite. I'm going with the trend of Newcastle. I think that Newcastle is a very tricky team to play, and they are more mature than this Brighton. A bigger investment too, and I like their draw no bet option or Asian handicap plus 0 around 2.06 around that at the moment. I think that there is some value to play them. I know that the game is on the road, but it's going to be a close game, and in my opinion, Newcastle has much more options to get out from there with a win. So draw no bet seems a very fair option for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. We covered this game yesterday in the Premier League punter show, and draw no bet for Newcastle was certainly the lean as well. 1.98, 3 back-to-back wins have Newcastle. I think they should be able to get the job done. Very interesting to see Newcastle as the slight. You know, there's obviously they're very, very, very close, but Newcastle just a slightly better price there. Do you know why? Is it because they're on the road, Bernardo?
I think there is. I think, of course, that Brighton League going to be on their home. They need to do points at home, so it's normal to back Brighton here on draw no bet. Makes sense for the public in general, I think. So, but for me, the value is on Newcastle. So possible. Well, the public is backing Brighton here, so that's the reason why it's not too much. Also, it went up like from 1.9 something to 2.06. It's not a huge going up, but possible is that it's normal to back the home team at that price. So I think that there is nothing abnormal than that.
All right, and Martin, I see you're staying away from Arsenal versus West Brom. I know not a lot of value there for the Arsenal win. What are you predicting?
Exactly, just not a lot of value. No, I think Arsenal
just
can
staying
win.
away.
I think. Well, yeah. I mean, it would have been one of my bets probably, but not one of my real absolute best bets for this show. But yeah, West Brom have got some good results against Arsenal in recent years, but those have all come at the Hawthorns. At the Emirates, Arsenal have been dominant and beaten them quite comfortably in recent years. Tony Pulis likes playing against Arsenal. He always sets his side up to defend and to frustrate, and they do play a tough defensive game. I think over the course of 90 minutes, Arsenal should be a bit too strong for them going forwards, and I think they will win it. But yeah, there isn't a great deal of value there to get me really excited from a betting perspective, I'm afraid.
No. All right. Ligue 1, Lille versus Monaco. Monaco, they're 1.73. What do you like here, Martin?
I just like a straight Monaco win in this one. Odds of 1.73 are just really attractive. I can't quite understand why the price is so good on Monaco. I know they did slip up last time out, but they've won all but one game so far this season. Lille are right near the bottom of the table. Monaco have lost a fair few pillars of the team from last season that won the league. But having said that, they should be far superior to Lille away from home, I know, but 1.73 just looks a really good price, I think. So
yeah.
I'm going to put that in all my accumulators and back it outright.
Oh, I go careful in your accumulator bets just because of their pending Champions League match. But I think at that price, 1.73, I think definitely worth backing. That's my bet. Whether I see an accumulator as well, we'll have to wait and see. Alex, are you taking the straight Monaco win?
Absolutely on the same page. Lille won their first match of the season, but after that, 5 games in a row without any win, 2 draws and 3 lost matches. 4 goals just scored in 6 matches, and we all know Monaco 17 goals. Okay, now I don't think that they will score more than PSG like they did last season, because PSG have an attacking minded side with a huge firepower with Neymar and Cavani beating, how you say, discussing who will gonna take the penalty and the free kicks and stuff like that. A lot of contradiction there in that PSG team. Yeah, will be a big problem. I think that Cavani will be out in the winter break, but this is only my thought. I think
that ball off Neymar at the penalty spot. That was.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was amazing. Monaco win 1.75. I found the odds, so shop around for your odds because you might get better odds with other bookies.
Yeah, Bernardo, you're staying away from that match.
Yes, I'm staying away from it. I think that Monaco is still strong, but well, they have Champions League also. They have a game versus Sport then, so it's important for them the Liga. But I think that even Leonardo Jardim knows that this is not their year. It's very difficult to be champion this year. So I'm a bit afraid that they can focus a bit on another competition. So I'm going to stay away from it at that price. Yeah.
Yeah, and playing Porto, who do you think will win?
Well, of course, I hope that it's Porto, but Porto is a very offensive team. I think this year Porto plays very offensively, and I think that we're going to see goals on that game versus Monaco.
All right. Montpellier versus PSG, Alex.
Yeah, I think that PSG should cover the -2 Asian handicap at 1.9 with Pinnacle right now. I think that they are able to win at least with a 2 goals margin, but I think that they will do it even better like that, even with 3 goals against Montpellier. I think that besides Monaco, Lyon, Marseille, and perhaps Nice, I think that PSG should have easy matches with all the rest of the teams from Ligue 1. So -2 on the Asian handicap for PSG, or like they likes to say, Neymar and Cavani to score and PSG to win. What do you say about that combo?
Okay, SPAL versus Napoli now, Serie A. We've got 14th place SPAL hosting first place Napoli. Must win for Napoli. Juve equal points, so they've got 15 apiece. Napoli 1.22. They are a scoring machine, but they are in a predicament because they've got their pending Champions League match next week. They lost their first one to Shakhtar Donetsk 2-1. So this really is a must win. It's at Feyenoord. They should win it. I think Napoli are too strong for SPAL, to be honest with you. I think they'll win the match. Martin, you have a bet for this match?
I do indeed. Yeah, thrashings have become commonplace in Serie A this season, and it's always at the expense of the newly promoted teams when they play the big boys. And I think this is going to be another instance of that. I think it's more difficult for a Champions League team after they've played in Europe rather than before. I know they have one eye on the game ahead, but it's still early days, and I think Napoli have a great chance of winning Serie A this season. The odds have gone all the way in on them, and Juventus are pushing even money at the moment because Napoli looks so strong, and I think they'll want to keep the momentum going here. SPAL go into this game on the back of 3 consecutive 2-0 defeats, and I think they could be staring down the barrel of another one. So I'm going Napoli -1.75 Asian handicap at even money, 2.0.
You have to love when Napoli played yesterday with Lazio, and they came from one goal down, winning 3-1. Incredible second half from Napoli's boys, and exactly like Martin said on Monday, if I remember correct, let's play against the teams playing in Champions League after they play in Champions League, not before they play in Champions League.
All right, I'm going to go for Napoli and the over 2.5 goals at 1.67. I also like Napoli winning at half time. I think they're going to want to wrap things up, obviously, with their pending Champions League match here, and that's 1.63. So taking 2 bets for that match. Next, we have, I think it's Juventus versus Torino. Who's on that match?
Me and you?
You are.
I am, yes. All right, what are you going for, Alex?
Yeah, we talked about on Monday about Juventus problems. They are not the rock solid defense like they were last year or 2 years ago.
No, they are getting
already
old.
what?
They are getting older.
Also that, but they lost also.
But they're scoring though, aren't they? They're just they're changing their tactics and going more attacking.
At least if Higuain was able to cope with Dybala right now, because Dybala seems to be the man with the goal at Juventus right now. I think that also Dale likes the bet Juventus to win and Dybala to score. But I think that that Torino will find the back of the net and will contribute on the scoreboard. Both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals at 2.15, or Juventus to win and the over 2.5 goals at 1.95.
Yeah, I'm totally on the same page as you. I think Torino can score. They're in 5th. They've scored five matches in their scored 5 times in their 3 away matches. Just the over 2.5 goals, 1.64 if you want to go and sit down in an accumulator. But I'm playing Juve and the over 2.5 goals. I found that odds of 2. Okay, next match. Hang on, I've got so many windows open. Right, Hellas Verona versus Lazio. Alex.
Yeah, I think that despite losing the match against Napoli yesterday, I think that Lazio are one of my favorite teams this year. They are incredible with Ciro Immobile on fire, but not only him. They have a really skillful squad, and I think that Verona, they are really poor this season. They have a bad start of the season, and I think that the draw game against Sampdoria will not say anything for Lazio. Lazio -1 on the Asian handicap at 2.08.
Okay, moving over to La Liga and Atletico Madrid versus Sevilla. Both have pending Champions League matches next week, so they're sort of on a level playing field there. But quite surprised to see Atletico Madrid price 1.65, Sevilla as high as 6. Now, Bernardo, I know you're not on this match. Do you think there's value in the Sevilla win? I'm wondering if Stuart was here, whether he would be going for that Sevilla win or giving them a plus, something like that.
I have very difficult to go against Atletico. I have to say that I just did a bet on them this season, and they trashed at the time Las Palmas, and I think that at home that I know that the price is not huge, but I'm afraid I don't have any bet for that. If I had to play it, I would play like live on Athletic, so I can say that I can suggest here a handicap for Sevilla. So it's a skip for me.
I think it's going to be.
It's very tricky. It's very difficult because, in my opinion, Atletico going to win it. So it's impossible for me to be on. But 1.6 is for me is even too low because of that. Because they have both Champions League, and more than that, Athletic is also not so constant. So I prefer to be away from it.
Yeah, I am as well. But there's one brave person who is playing this match. Alex, what are you going for?
Dale says under 2.5. I'm opposite. I'm on the over 2.5. Incredible win by Atletico Madrid away at Athletic Bilbao in the midweek round. I saw the match. They perform at their highest level, and I think that they will win against Sevilla. But Sevilla will make it really tough for them. I think that Sevilla is the team to watch in this season. They are second place in the standings. 13 points, just 2 under Barcelona, and I think that they have a really good defense. Both of the squads have really good defense, but I'm going opposite. I'm going over 2.5, 1.82.
Yeah, I have to say I'm with Dale on this one. I think it's going to be an unders game. Atletico Madrid have scored just 1, conceded 0, and that's at home. Sevilla scored just 2, conceded 0. They're not scoring a lot and they're not letting goals in. Plus, they've got their pending Champions League fixture. I'm just wondering whether both teams will be happy with a draw. I do like the under 2.5 goals, I have to say. And I also
the trend is not your friend.
Sometimes the trend is your friend, I have to say. I like the unders 2.1. I also like giving Sevilla a handicap, either +1 at 1.84 or plus 1.25 at 1.6. I think it's going to be really close, and I think there's very little value on the Atletico Madrid win, personally, staying away from the outrights. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Plus 1.25 sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, not bad, hopefully. Now, another match that I'm completely staying away from is Deportivo Alavés versus Real Madrid. Alex, again, you are playing this match, and Martin, I think you as well. Real Madrid losing to Real Betis, and a crazy result.
Crazy match, crazy result. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't play nothing. He was...
It's incredible. It's really normal to see the best player of the world not playing well on one game.
But the best player of the world played 2 days ago in that 6-1 game set match.
Yeah, the second best player in the world.
Alex, you are not sleeping too much.
Anyway, let's not go that way.
Alex, right. Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm going with the second best player of the world winning that game. So I'm going Real Madrid minus 1.75 on the Asian handicap at 1.7. They have a great record against Alavés. The last 6 matches, they won them with at least 3 goals margin. And they should really bounce back this time. They are 7 points under Barcelona, just with 5 rounds from this season. Incredible, the difference of points after 5 rounds. So I think that they really should bounce back and win this game in style. Minus 1.75. I'm really conservative this year. I could go -2, but the king of the Asian handicap, Bernardo, I learned a lot from him in the last 2 years. So yeah, conservative 1.75 is enough for me.
Yeah, we've got a new Alex this season, conservative Alex. I'm on the fence if I like the
Not easy to see a conservative Alex, but very good.
Yeah, I know. Well,
he's
trying to be conservative. We do know what he's like in real life. But Martin, you also like this match. What are you going for?
I'm on the exact same bet, and yeah, I can promise you I'm not copying. I've already written an article for this about for odds market actually, and I've already filed it, so you can check. 1.75 Asian handicap. I just think it's not my favourite of all these bets because the odds aren't that attractive, but I think that it was a ridiculous result. Real Madrid losing to Betis, and I think Alavés, sadly for them, are going to feel the wrath of Real Madrid in this game. They're going to come out all guns blazing to show that they still are a real force to be reckoned with, and I think they're going to crush them. Alavés have had a dreadful start to the season. I think they're bottom of the league, still haven't taken a single point from 5 games. This is the perfect game for Real Madrid to reignite their season. So yeah, exact same bet for me.
Best opportunity, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Real Madrid will bounce back in this match, Bernardo?
I think they're gonna. Yes. It was a very hard game they had with Betis with that late goal. I think that they need to come back, and I think they're going to come back here versus Alavés. Yeah, for sure.
With style, with the full force. Okay. Next, we've got Malaga versus Atletico Bilbao. Martin.
Well, the only team that are lower than Alavés in the league are Malaga, and they're also on 0 points, but they've got an even worse goal difference. So I'm not rating them very highly at all. They've been very, very poor in all their games. They've just been getting thrashed time after time. Athletic Bilbao, they did lose 3-1 to Atletico. But as we said, Atletico were really on fire in that game. And Athletic Bilbao started really strongly. They typically are better at home than away. But I still think with the team they've got, they should be superior here. Just being a little bit more cautious, I'm going to go for Athletic Bilbao draw no bet at 1.8.
All right. And then final bet from Best Bets here, Girona versus Barcelona. Barcelona on the road. And it's Martin. You have a bet for this match.
Yeah, Barcelona have just been on fire this season, steamrolling teams week in, week out. They don't seem to be missing Messi too much, and they're a lot more solid, actually. I think they're compensating for his loss by sharpening up a bit defensively.
Neymar, not Messi.
And Neymar. And Messi, I think, is the best player in the world. He has been
correct.
He's been
My God.
I think it's his jet lag.
He's determined to win that Ballon d'Or back. So he has just been on fire, scoring all left, right, and centre. They thrashed Espanyol recently, and I had them on the Asian handicap in that game. And they got another sort of local rival here, newly promoted Girona, another Catalan team. And I think they'll want to assert their dominance over Girona. So I can see a good win for Barcelona away team again here at odds of 1.86 for minus 1.75 Asian handicap.
Yeah, not as high scoring on the road, are they? 4 goals compared to 13 at home. Alex and Bernardo, I know both of you are not on this match. Have you got any leans, or do you agree with Martin's bet?
Yes, I agree. I agree with Martin about Barcelona, of course. Not about the best player, but about Barcelona. They are on fire. I think that they're going to trash Girona, and then they're going to win also on Champions League versus Sporting on the road. Yes, I agree with that. They are really playing good.
There we go. Alex, what do you think?
Absolutely, yeah. They will destroy them. 4-5-0. Again, the best player from the world with the hat.
Sure.
Not insist.
Do not insist, he says.
All right, guys. I'm going to ask you quickly here as well for your banker and your best bet. I know you only gave a couple of bets. Maybe I'll just ask you, Bernardo, what your favourite bet is. But going to start with you, Alex, banker and accumulator.
Yeah, I have to go with Manchester United again as my banker. Also on the Premier League Panthers, I have the same banker as there. But my double is Real Madrid minus 1.75 plus Lazio straight win, not the -1, but straight win.
Okay. And Martin, what have you got?
Yeah, I'm torn between Barcelona and Napoli. So I think I'm going to go for Barcelona as my banker, and I'll put Barcelona with Napoli as my double.
All right. Bernardo, what's your favourite bet of the weekend?
I can do a double with them, like Burnley double chance with also Newcastle double chance. It's good enough for a double, and -1 from Man City half time as banker.
Okay.
Sorry, Bernardo. Someone is asking you, what do you think of Benfica and Porto?
Benfica, Porto, they won't play together, but Benfica is not passing a very good moment, but they're going to recover and do a good league. But their defense is very slow nowadays, so Porto is good. It's a team that they don't buy anyone, but they recover some players like Abubakar from Besiktas, and they are playing well. They are playing very offensively, but I think that the problem is that they are not conceding many goals, but I think that in the future, especially at level of Champions League, they're gonna concede many goals, because the 4-4-2 that Porto is playing, coach won't change anywhere. So they're gonna play like that on Monaco. They're gonna play everywhere like that, and I think they're gonna concede many goals due to the tactic. But they're gonna score too. The offensive line of Porto is doing a lot of goals, and they are playing very well.
All right. Quickly, my banker is going to be both teams to score. Leicester versus Liverpool. I'm going to go for Manchester United and Tottenham as my 2-team parlay. Okay, wrap things up here. Do be sure to join us next week. We've got Champions League, obviously, and Europa League, and the weekly kickoff on Monday. So be sure to catch all of that. Have a fantastic weekend. Alex from Need for Tips, Martin, and of course Bernardo, our special guest. Really happy and pleased that you came on, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you, and my best wishes for you too. And I have to go do some gin tonics for Beat, or he's gonna kill me.
Take care, guys. Best of luck.
Ciao.
See you later, guys.
Ciao.